Hi, my name is Manpreet Dillon of Veza Global. I'm here with Candace today of SVP Consulting, and we're going to talk about why we decided to partner together and why we actually support each other's work. As everyone knows, Veza, we embed equity, diversity, inclusion in the way organizations operate to address systemic issues that might, like racism and oppression and economic inequalities. And we decided to partner with Candace because I was really passionate about the work that Candace is doing and the way that her approaches and how she works with leaders in organizations to actually make equity, diversity, inclusion operational. It's at a deeper level in a very concentrated way as well. So Candace, welcome to our little conversation.
Thank you, Manpreet.
Thank you. I would love to hear more about you and what you do as through SVP.
Thanks so much, Manpreet. Well, for the most part, I provide strategic HR consulting for businesses that are in seasons of growth, and most of my clients have been and are in tech. But I also have a couple of clients who are just great companies that I love to work with. And so usually in terms of strategic HR, then our conversations are not so much around compliance kinds of issues, although that's very, very important. But it's looking at a much higher level to think about what are your business objectives and what kind of talent do you need in order to get there? What's the people part of the plan? And it's about more than hiring. It really is about understanding, and dreaming and envisioning and getting that really clear picture about who you want your business to be, out in the future. And because, there's just been so much evidence to support the fact that when we hire people who are just like us, we're going to miss so much in terms of innovation and creativity and diversity of thought. And so my initial training is as a social worker, and then I became an HR professional after that. So there's a very human why behind my work, but there's also a huge business case. And so where I can help to marry those two, then that's what I get really fired up about.
No, that's amazing. And I know that through our conversation that I love the reason why you became a social worker. So I would love to hear that story again.
Yeah. When I was in grade 3, there was a girl who sat in front of me, and her face was visibly disfigured. And it was because she had scars from the time that she was a baby. Her mom had hurt her in some very traumatic ways, and just sitting behind her and hearing about her new foster home, hearing about whether or not she was going to get to see her siblings, hearing about just all these different things, and really becoming quite mad. I remember as an 8-year-old about how she didn't have a mom and a dad that loved her, or parents, I should say, who love her. Just mad about how people in the class treated her differently and almost as less than. And, sometimes her lunches that she'd show up with were nutritious and there was lots of food. And sometimes, depending on who she was living with, they were a little less than good. And so as I was sharing my lunch, as I was getting to know her, as I was hearing about some of the ups and downs of what was happening in her world, honestly, I knew when I was 8 years old that the world isn't fair, and that I'm not okay with that, and that people should not feel or experience the kind of things that she felt and experienced. And so, whether it's working at a systemic level or whether it's working at an organizational level or a community level or an individual level, it's all important work, and we all need to do it. And so, when I think about partnering with Veza, I've got my sphere of influence, but when groups like ours, or when you and I partner together, then we can do so much more. And so leveraging each other's expertise and experience will ultimately help us to get the right interventions and the right strategies in place, and make it not just a we need to fix this where the problem's kind of an approach, but where's the opportunity, and what might we do if we pause and dig in a little bit to understand how and why we approach our work the way we do.
And it's always about making it exciting for the clients as well, right? And getting them excited about creating this change together, and how they have that sphere of influence that they can impact other people as well.
Yeah.
So thank you so much. I'm so glad that we're partnering on different initiatives, and
me too.
To always collaborate. And I'm really looking forward to more of it. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thanks for your time, Manpreet.